山から Ohio! Good morning guys and welcome back to the channel. So while I'm waiting for the fix I'm applying to the oven to stick, so I had just put a piece of wood on top of the dome and I need to wait that the concrete cement will dry. I'm thinking to repair my electric car. Well, try to, because it doesn't turn on. Now, the first things I'm going to do is obviously to change the batteries, and I will start with the 12-volt one, and after that try to check the lead acid that may be died. I have some lithium one that I can use in the meanwhile, just temporary to figure it out that the car is actually working. If not, that will be a problem because I need to investigate more. But yeah, without further ado, let's try to repair it. It definitely needs to be washed, but in the meanwhile, we can start removing the base here. That will give us access to the battery. And this is pretty straightforward. We just need to lift it, and as you see, we have the batteries. Because I need to touch batteries, I need to change my gloves. For all this type of electrical work, always wear proper gloves. The first things I can do is start measuring the voltage of the 12-volt battery. 1.7. This may be the main problem.
Two hours later.
So I went to the store. I bought some M5 bolt so that I could connect properly the battery. And as you probably can hear the sound, I'm actually charging the car. That's a little bit strange, right? Because it didn't really turn on when I had touched the first time the battery itself. But well, let it run for a while and see if it will help to have the car working better.
The next day.
I changed the 12-volt battery with the one from the other Coms. I removed completely the base and the one on the back. It's really bad. It's super wet, so it breaks down, but that's not a problem because I can make a new one pretty easily with the wood. So that allowed me to finally have access to the batteries, all of them, so that I can remove them and start thinking to add the new one, the lithium batteries. Now, when I turn it on, there is an error coming out. If I found the key, where did I put the key on my...
2 hours later.
So this is one problem, that there is a relay sound. But if I turn off the charger, it shows this 07 error that I have no idea what exactly is, but well, at least we were able to remove the base. That was one of the biggest points to do. Let's start cleaning everything as much as possible and remove the batteries. These 12-volt batteries connected in series You can see plus minus, etc. So I will have the plus minus here on the rear part of the car, and I'm going to start disconnecting all the cables so that I will avoid the potential problems, right? If touching up some cables that are not covered properly. They're super heavy. So I have these 6 batteries now. What we have to do is to, just for confirmation, I want to see what's the current voltage, but I'm not going to use them. Again, I would put the lithium, should be way better, way lighter than this. And they were just sitting on this base that is actually nothing more than, I even don't think it's a plywood sheet, but it's too light for putting the new batteries that aren't long as this one. So I will need to put some wood on the bottom, but that's okay. It's definitely feasible things to do. Let's take our voltmeter and let's start measuring. 5.7, it's too low. 5.8, 6.6, 6.4, 5.8, 6.7. So they are completely unbalanced as well. The best things to do is to also try to charge them, and in case reutilize for other projects that may be stationary solar, because these are I think 42 ampere hour. So it's not too bad, honestly. Especially we can have 24 volt for 820 battery set when we put them in series and parallel together. So it's definitely a project that should be considered to be done. And well, that's all for today's episode. Again, in the next one, I will continue cleaning the car. I will make sure to have a nice base where I can put the batteries that I have in my shed, and I need to bring the BMS so that I can definitely try to plug everything in, reuse the old battery from the other comms, the 12 volt, to try to run the car itself. But yeah, we should be able, hopefully, to turn it on without any error, hoping that the previous error is simply because the battery is too low and the car is not turning on by itself. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!